Hey everybody, I wanted to do a little update on the IMAI, a little odd to say, bottom seat buggy that I got. And this is going to be built as the one in Thunderball for James Bond. So the artwork has changed, and if you go on to the scale model website that has all the kits on it, it's like a Wikipedia just for model kits, and you look at this kit and you look back into the kits before, this one was marketed as a James Bond kit. Now back in that time they probably got away from copyrights or something, but they did have Sean Connery on the cover. They also did have it say Thunderball on it, and so it was marketed as that. So it is considered one of those kits. So I'm going to just build it as the kit, and I think the reason why I don't match what was in the movies, this was part of the artwork that was all drawn up for the movie, and they used that. And then when they did the movie, these things were in the way, and then this thing was in the way. So of course, you know, in the movie, for safety, that thing ain't gonna, it probably was just a floating piece of foam or something that was underneath in the water and such. So it probably wasn't even a working thing. They probably had it just being moved by manpower. And in the movie, I don't know how well you guys know the movie, but a lot of the actors, you know, they were swimming around this thing, loading up the bombs and everything. You know, that would be awful for a person to end up getting hit by one of the propellers and such. So I am going to do it the color scheme that was in the movie, which was a real awful orange and then a black bottom. I am going to keep these in on a kit, and then the bombs, and try to make it from there. So I don't want to modify the kit too much, but I did do a little bit of modifying, and so that's what I'm going to show you. I did prime it. So this kit was meant to be like a rubber band toy. So this whole thing was all opened up because the rubber bands would go in there, and there's a hook somewhere in here, so that way you can have it hooked to the propeller, and you can wind that propeller up, let it go, and the thing spins. So this is going to be a dynamic kind of thing, so I don't really need it to spin. So I filled this all up with that Magic Sculpt. I still have a little bit of dimples in there because I fouled that up with a little bit of green putty, and then I sanded it and primed it again. So, and then I filled these in and kind of shaped those so they kind of look like water inlets. I think you can see that in the movie, but I'm not 100% sure. But also, there's two rubber band clips right here that I completely eliminated. Sanded them down, just primed over it. And so they had two holes there, and I got rid of. So this one's kind of glued down, but this one kind of moves. I ain't too worried about that. The front, I had a little bit of crack, but I filled it in with Magic Sculpt. I'm going to have to sand a little bit on this side. But filling in this bottom, I did end up filling the harpoon spots. Now I don't have harpoons, but you know, I might try to make something. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but that could be done once the model is almost completely done and built. And then there's two headlights. So I think a little bit of sanding on this is left. I'm not going to make this perfect down here because you're not going to see it. I am going to eventually have a hole drilled into it, so that way I can have a wire holding it into a certain position, so that way it looks like it's going in. But there is the main body, and the torpedoes do look a lot different than the ones in the picture. See, these got that nice round tip, these got a point, but I think that was part of it also to make it so it worked as a toy. These will sit on the side like that. And I do have a 3D printer. If it does bother me enough, I can design that very relatively quick and easy. 3D print them to match the movies and do that onto that and have them on there as well, and I'll use this for anything else. And so the back propeller did have a little bit of a groove in it right here, and I filled that all up. I did use some styrene to fill it up, and then I used some green putty. I might have to do a little bit more filling and sanding, but this will be painted probably like a silver color. And then I have the wings. I got a little bit of filler on them. I think these are going to be ready to glue on and do the final paint, but I'm still debating on gluing it onto the body. They do fit relatively easy without any force, so I might just paint everything and then super glue it at the end, because this line here is going to be the dividing line, and I don't want to have it so that's harder to mask. I think adding these will make it really hard to mask. So, and then one of the final pieces is the big fin, and that just clips in. So there's my update on that. I do have a lot of those scribes and stuff like that, so when filling these in I had to sand all them rivets off the front. What I might do is maybe use that tape and scribe in some lines, and I got some that have like little ports. I can do one of them flat circles and make it look like a door or something like that. I don't want to really ruin it. And on the bottom I left those actually were for melting these in place. So those went on them pins and then you melted them kind of like the tracks. So I think them just help hold it up, but like how I said, I'm going to have a wire holding it up, so I'm not 100% too worried about that stuff. And since that's going to be on the bottom, I really didn't want to sand off the rivets, so I think I'm going to have it displayed kind of like that, so you're not going to see it unless you pick it up. So I'm not too worried about it. That could be just something that's on the body. Something that's supposed to be there. Imagination's fun. But other than that, it's going pretty well. The next update, you should start seeing some color on it. I gotta make sure I got some orange. And with the paint shortage, hopefully I can find the right orange and be able to paint this in the close colors. So, hope you guys are having a great one, staying safe, and until next time, I'll talk to you then. Bye.